Hi there, YouTubers. About a year, maybe 2 years ago, I posted a video about my iRacing sim rig and put it onto onto the iRacing forums, just to show a few friends, and put it on YouTube. And quite a lot of people, quite surprised, started looking at it and asking questions about how I set it all up, etc. And lots of people have been asking, what have you done to it since? Anything else that you've changed knowing that I'm using VR? So I thought I'd put together a follow-up video to show how things have changed. So quite a bit's changed actually recently, and over the last 3 or 4 months I've stopped contracting, and I can no longer sort of like just concentrate on the racing. I've got to do a real job and set my own business up, and I needed a change of office. So I'm just going to have a quick walk around here and just show you where we used to be before. Oh, say hello, Tyke. Hello, Tyke. Looking for his food. So where I was looking before, I was in this room before. So I used to have my Roberto Revolution triple screens in here, and it was great when I was working. Oh, cat. That's Tessa. Meow. Yeah. She loves cuddles. So I was in here before, and you can imagine Roberto Revolution in here was pretty bad. I could just about squeeze into it, do a bit of racing, but I couldn't really work. But then I had my laptop for work, and that was fine. So since then, luckily, my stepdaughter, she didn't really need the big room, and she was more than happy to swap rooms with me. So now I've moved into the much bigger room. So this now is my work office for my company that I've set up, which obviously I need the desk space to do it, and for my racing rig, which I've put down to the side. So I'm just going to give you a quick walk around on what we've got here. So before I had the Roberto Revolution with the triple screen monitors. So we've still got the triple screens, but now they're sat on top of this desk. So this desk, I'll put a link down in the bottom of the description, is basically a desk direct from office suppliers. You know, quite a lot of people will go to likes of Argos or IKEA looking for desks, and you know, the best bet you can get actually is just to go to office suppliers, and they give you some decent desks for a very decent price. These guys also delivered it for free. All I had to do was just flat pack arrived and put it together. And it's an awesome desk, I love it. And you can get them in all different shapes and drawers, combinations, all sorts in there. So we've still got the same 3 screens from before. So we've got an Asus 1440 screen here, 27, all of these are 27 inches. And then we've got just a standard Asus 27 inch running at 1080. And for 1080, so this is my main desktop where I'm working, I'm setting stuff up, running my business from here. You can see all of that there. Keyboard we're using still, we're using a QPad keyboard, gaming keyboard. I like this keyboard, nice click, mechanical keyboard's really nice. Just a standard 5.1 surround system that we've got here, so I've not even got these mounted up properly. If we look down at the bottom, let's get my phone out here and get a bit of light with the torch. So if we take a look down at the bottom there, we can see I've just got the rear speakers sat down on the floor at the moment, and the other speakers are dotted around. I think they're up on the windowsills around the back here. Yeah, they're on the back there. You can see them hiding behind a motorbike helmet. So those are the monitors that are connected up. I usually use the centre one at 1440 and then 1080p for the 2 side ones. We've got some Rocats headsets there, so want to need some quiet time playing games, then just pop those on, no some problem. Desk fan, oh, picture of the wife, let's hide that one. Electric cigarette there. Electric cigarettes, those that probably saw the last video would have seen me smoking. Loads of comments about me smoking all over the place over the video. Well, I have now gone on to the electric cigarettes full time, so much better for myself. And we have here just my Galaxy i7, it's sat here on a remote charger. Sorry, i6, I'm going to get the i7 soon. New purchase here is the Snowball Blue microphone. Awesome little microphone, great for YouTubing, great for video conferencing as well. And also, nice thing about it, you can just spin it around for when I'm iRacing as well, so I can be heard. So I find that's better than the Oculus microphone. So underneath, we have the beast of a machine. I can't remember what was in the last video, but there's been a few changes in here. So what we'll do is take the side case off and have a quick look. let's pull that off. Let's have a quick candles in here. We'll put a bit of light in here so to see if we can make that out. So we're running a nice red scheme going in here. So what we've got in there is a 5960X, so that's running at 4.6 gigs. So quite a nice overclock on that. We've got 32 gig of RAM in there as well. I think that's running at 2666. New purchase down in here as well. Just about make that out. Let's try and get the light right. It's a bit difficult, but that's basically an Inno 3D iChill 4X 1080. That's overclocked as well. That's running on there. It's extremely quiet, and that's running on there. And that's running at about 2050 megahertz. So you know, just over 2 gig running on that, with a 500 meg overclock on the memory as well. Obviously we've got a decent power supply. I'm well over specified now on my power supply, but there's no point in throwing it in the bin. So we've got a 1200 sat in there. There's a little mini sound card just above the top of the graphics card. There's a secondary sound card in there, which I use for my butt kickers as well. We've got a custom cooling loop in there as well. And that custom cooling loop is for the CPU only. We're air cooled on the graphics, but that's for the CPU only, and that's running through a very large 240mm radiator at the bottom. I need to change the way that the fans are working on here. It's probably not the optimum, but I'm not hitting any problems at all. Even when this thing's running full chat, you can hardly hear it. So that's the rig itself. We've got 3 fans sat in the top there, you can just about make out probably. Fan in the back, and there's 2 fans down in the front here, and there's the reservoir as well, you can just about make out. So that's the kit itself. Pretty much of a beast of a kit, 32 gig of RAM in there. Basically I can run all my VMs, everything that I need to run quite happily. So let's just move along. Last time I had with my last room, I had massive problems with the amount of kit, ancillaries and stuff like that, routers, printers, etc. So went and brought one of these cheap, nice little plastic stackers. Got that from B&Q, fit together, I think about 15-20 quid, and it's perfect. You know, just to store things up there, some motorbike helmets, my graphics boxes, work telephone, home telephone in there. Nice little printer sat up there, so it's just a standard PhotoSmart printer. And then we've got a nice gig switch sat down in here, so let's see if we can get some light again. Nice gig switch sat down there, and just about made that out, a nice 8-port 1 gig switch. And Asus router as well, again 1 gig, so we're running full gig throughout here, and the actual ADSL broadband connection itself, which is BT OpenReach. And then down at the bottom now we've got my NAS, which is just a 4-bay QNAP, which I think I've got 4 lots of free in there. It gives me 12 terabytes, which is great for office backup, etc. And a little beastie sat here is one of the Intel NUCs. That's constantly running. That's always on, so that I can get it from anywhere in the world that I am, and I also use it as a game server as well. So currently it's got Ark and Minecraft for the kids on there, Ark survival server on it, but that's always running, and it's basically an always on machine for whatever it is. I can even run VMwares on it as well. I think it's got half a gig of disk in it, and I think 4 or 6 gigabyte of RAM in there. But before, this lot used to occupy a massive area of the room with cables everywhere behind the rigs, and it was a nightmare. It was nice and tidy now. Most of the cables pushed out of the way. It's quite good. So let's move around to the other side, and then we've got the actual sim rig itself. So as you can see, I have actually no need now for the triple monitor stands, which were, to be honest, an absolute pain in the backside. Trying to get them leveled up, moving around. If you needed to get behind the rig, you couldn't. It's an absolute nightmare. So what we got is just basically the bog standard Ubuntu Revolution. You can see there, I'm not sure if it's a V1 or V2, I can't quite remember. But you can see what we've got attached to it is, if we just get down into here, we've got, down in here we can see that we've got the Fantech Club Sport V2 pedals connected up. We've got a Frostmaster T500, and we've got the Ferrari GT wheel on there at the moment. I do actually have another wheel, the standard standard wheel that came with the Thrustmaster. So you can see there's the standard wheel that came with it. I hardly ever use that. I think they call it the stock car wheel. And then also connected up, we have we've got the Thrustmaster. So I've got a full Thrustmaster Warthog Hotter setup. So I use this for things like DCS Flight Sim and Elite Dangerous. So you can see there we've got the full, awesome piece of kit, solid metal, very heavy, and just slot this in, slot this out as and when I need it. And we've got also then, if we take a look, we've got the actual HOTAS throttle assembly here. So this is brilliant for Elite Dangerous. Absolutely perfect. You just get a complete sense of flying. And also we've got the Club Sports acted up as rudder pedals as well, so it all works beautifully. But the piece de resistance, I suppose, has to be the Oculus itself. So let's just put this on here. So here's the Oculus Rift. So we're now, from the DK2, we're now into the CV1, so the consumer release. I was lucky enough to be on the pre-orders. I got mine, I think within 2 to 3 months. I think I was sort of like, a couple of months, I think it was about a month after they started sending the pre-orders is when I eventually got mine. So the way that I've got it set up is basically, if we go, and I'll just zoom in here a little bit, it's up on the wall here. I've just got one of those bookends, and I've just screwed it to the wall. I should really paint it. And then we've got the actual Oculus Rift sensor connected up there, which works perfectly. I can do full, from around here, zoom out again a bit, from the area I've got here, from the door round to the desk, I can walk pretty much all in this area. The sensor picks it up. Those that say room scale doesn't work with Oculus Rift, they don't know what they're talking about. It works, and that's just with one sensor. Once I get a second sensor and the Oculus Touch, then this whole area will just be a complete, I think I've got about 4 square meters area here, maybe a little bit more, that I can actually just walk around and have the full VR experience. But obviously Oculus Rift is brilliant for sitting down simulation games, which is what I mainly use it for. To connect it all up, this is an awesome bit of kit. I got this off on one of the other YouTube channels, but it's an Orico USB 2 hub. Now the beauty of this USB 2 hub is, if we have a look closely, let me just see if I can get this right, and just about make out some buttons there. There's a button there in the centre of the screen now. It's in 3 banks of 3, and the button isn't just a pretty light that you get on some of these. The actual button will isolate those particular USB ports in there. So I have mine set up so that in the top bank of buttons, ports, that I have my Warthog HOTAS set up on there. So I just press the button, Windows recognise them, they become active, and they're up and running. When I don't need them, I switch the button off. The middle one is pretty much always on. That's got my microphone in there, my webcam, and some other bits in there. And then the bottom one is my steering wheel. So when I don't need my steering wheel, I just switch it off. So let's have a look. Steering wheel's on at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're just going to switch off steering wheel. So I don't know if you can make this out. We've got a blue button there. I'm just going to switch it off. And we heard the PC go. And then if we just switch it back on. And there we go, the steering wheel's kicking into action. We'll just move the Oculus off there in case it falls off. So seriously recommended. It's powered, it's USB. You've got 2 charge ports at the bottom. So you can see that I've got stuff charging, so that's continuously charging. And then 9 ports selectable in banks of 3 sets of 3. Awesome piece of kit. Again, I'll see if I can put a link on the bottom of the screen for you. So for example, I have my wireless charger connected up to there. So yeah, you can see we've got quite a lot of nice little space in here now. Just looking around the rest of the room, stuck up a couple of shelves. So for those that might know, I'm really into my Lego, and this is just a few of them. I think I've got another 6 of them boxed away, and another 3 or 4 that haven't even been opened. This is my Lego Technic. So this is my Lego crane, which I've modified. I've completely modified this so it's longer. It's fully remote control as well. So you can just pick up the remote controls and drive the whole lot, operate it all directly through the remote controls, drive it around. The same with the excavator. I think that came standard like that. This is the new one, the digger. I got that last year or so, and I got a few more still sat away that are still boxed. Yeah, yeah, that's my air rifle, in case you're wondering. It's a beast. It's extremely accurate, probably one of the most accurate air rifles I've ever had. It's a caliber Cricket 22. The bipod on it is, I've put that bipod on there. The scope is obviously, I put the scope on, so I think that's a 6-24 scope. Pretty damn awesome. That thing will just put over 50 yards. I've put 2 pellets, 10 of them in the size of a 2p piece, over 50 yards. It is pretty damn good. 14-shot magazine. There's magazine storage here as well, so you can store up to 4 magazines in it. And as you can tell, it's a bullpup as well. And it's you get about 160, 170 regulated shots through it as well, through the air tank, and it's pneumatically filled up from a diving bowl. Really nice piece of kit. And the final thing we've got here is this is just about make that out. Let's just drag this out. This is my astrophotography camera that I use. So here's some of the pictures that I've done before. Let's just try and get this screen out of the way, so we can just about make out some of the pictures that I've done. So these are all done. These are all being done using my Astro 8-inch telescope that I got outside on a computer controlled mount, and I use these to take pictures. And this is the camera that achieves all of that lot. So that's cooled to 40 degrees below ambient temperature. Decent mega size pixels on it. It's a monochrome and a filter wheel, so that you can do different types of images, red, green and blue filters, and then narrowband hydrogen alpha oxygen filters on there. And just round to the side, it's what's called an off-axis guider, so that you then connect up. That's a second camera that connects up, so you can use that to follow the Earth's rotation by measuring guide stars. So pretty awesome piece of kit. A couple of grand's worth there. It's getting a bit long in the tooth, but still very good for the job. And then what else do we have down here? Butt kicker. Still not got round to sorting out the butt kicker yet, but I'll wire that all up. I've just got all my camera kits that's down here, and all my electronic cigarette kit. It looks a bit like a drug dealer's down in there. So a bit of storage in here, and this also acts really nice as a workbench as well. So I use this for tinkering around, for soldering, etc. And just spares and some storage in here. So I hope you like that. It's the new look, the room, how it all looks now. Needs must, running your own business. You can't just have a games room now. So I think hopefully I'll come up with a nice little compromise. But I seriously recommend those that have got Oculus Rift. You know, if you got Oculus Rift, just take your monitor away. When I want to play, this is how I do it. So I literally just take one monitor, turn the monitor to a side. I either make that monitor a primary monitor. So this is where you'd be sat. I either make that monitor a primary monitor, or I just move everything onto that monitor. I'll switch off the other monitors. It's either way, whichever way you want to do it. So you've got that to set your game up. Put your Oculus headset on, away you go. Just pick the keyboard and the mouse up, drop them down onto this tray down at the bottom here. And this tray is fully movable, so you can move it around. You can see the tray moves completely. You just change it around however you want. And then when you're done, yeah, just shut your game down, take your Oculus Rift off, put your monitor, and put your monitor back there. Nice and easy, dead simple. So, hope you enjoyed all that. Please leave any comments, feedback. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to do some more of these videos. Nice chairs. We've got a couple of chairs here. It's my new office chair. I got that with the desk again, 60 quid. Awesome chair. And the old one just for visitors. So, like, comment, give me some questions, any suggestions, anything else you'd like to know. I don't use voice attack anymore. A lot of people are asking that. I don't find a need for it anymore. Basically, keyboard on there, just get used to it. And thank you very much, and see you in the next video.